Hey, that's Steve. Please like and subscribe. Please click on the Deck Heroes icon. Click on subscribe. It's 100% free. Blood in, blood out. And don't forget to click on the notifications just so you don't miss any amazing content. This is 50 Cent. It's a first viewing. I haven't seen this video in my lifetime. I've seen about 2 seconds of the rewound. Let's go. It's going to be 50 talking about biggest life mistakes that are costing you time, I think also, and money. Got lots to learn from this man. How much is he worth now? How much? Lots. Buku. Let's go.
When you work for others, you are at their mercy. They own your work. They own you. Your creative spirit is squashed. What keeps you in such positions is a fear of having to sink or swim on your own. Instead, you should have a greater fear of what will happen to you if you remain dependent on others for power. Your goal in every maneuver in life must be ownership. Work in the corner for yourself. When it's yours to lose. You're more motivated, more creative, more alive. The ultimate power in life is to be completely self-reliant, completely yourself.
The most expensive thing we spend is time. Because we can't get it back. Before I had money, when I'm poor, when I'm in the middle, when I'm rich, regardless, I've been on each one of those portions of the journey. Right. I had fun. When we didn't have no money, we had fun. It was fun.
It shifted. It's either when you get hurt that bad, either your fear consumes you or you become a bit insensitive and you start to approach the problem instead of run from it. You know my grandfather told me? You don't get as far as the motherfucker you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the motherfucker you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, if you spend your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the kind of information can he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation?
When losing's not an option, then you got to do everything possible to win. And I don't understand how they become complacent and feel like, oh, it's okay. You know, you get people that deal with things by not actually dealing with them.
You ever seen a rich one start the fight? When doing well off, don't start the fight. He's there, he's having a good time. He's partying, they got bottles. Right? When they start the fight, is not doing his work. Only just 3 niggas in the picture. And rich niggas got tough niggas and they could easily become collateral damage.
Do you want to feel like you're afraid all the time? Or do you start to become the aggressor? And you start saying, you know what? You ain't got to find me because I'm looking for you. And then it changes everything. Because at that point, I'm the person looking for you. Now, you don't give me all the controls because I got the buttons. I can just push them. Everyone is not actually going to be prepared to take the time to actually utilize the information that's given to them. If you pay attention and you actually keep whatever information is coming in front of you, that you choose what's valuable. But the things that you do here that are valuable, if you make it your business to keep it, even if you have to write it down, so you have to say it to yourself or whatever, and you just keep, the person says something and you go, what did you just say? Hold on a second, put it on my phone. And hold on to it until it becomes a part of you in the way you actually would express yourself at different points. And then you develop a more advanced presentation, and I got that from Robert.
They don't care about me. Is it okay?
No, I really like that. I think he's talking about just learning from different people, learning from different things, and holding on to that thing. Say if you've got a great idea, say if you've got a great idea for something, just write that thing down. Write that thing down and promise to yourself and make time that you're going to start mapping that plan out. There may be about 1,000 ideas that you have. Just not kind of sitting on these great ideas, these kind of things which make us unique, things which can improve our lives. So yeah, you do the day-to-day, you do the 9 to 5, but you've got your dreams, you write it down, you make it happen. You did talk at the beginning about fear of sink or swim, and you know, this kind of dependency on others, kind of having this false sense of security. But where's the freedom? You don't have to be subject to the wills and control of somebody else. You know what I mean? That's not for everybody, but it is for some. And as long as, you know, just follow your dream, make it happen. Anyway, let's go.
Me not to care about people that don't care about me. It would be entertaining for them to see me in crisis. Why would you care about a person who like see you under the worst circumstances you could be in?
I had to convince myself that I'm going to make it, you know, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, or it made me feel like, there's going to be points that people are going to mistake my confidence for arrogance. They don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I never ran from anything because I didn't have nobody to go to. I've always had that, where I'm going, home to get me. Ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've always been in a situation where I'm forced to deal with it myself. So
the most expensive thing we spend is time. Because we can't get it back. Before I had money, when I'm poor, when I'm in the middle, when I'm rich, regardless, I've been on each one of those portions of the journey. I had fun at each place. When we didn't have no money, we had fun. It was fun. Almost 90% of the time, I'm communicating with people who've achieved a higher level of education than me. Right, they're college graduates. So if the information that you needed in the business classes if everything you needed was in the book, then the teacher would be too successful to teach the class.
Find something to fall in love with, something to be passionate about, right?
And then because you enjoy it so much, you'll be able to do it so much that you become so good that everybody's gonna love and appreciate you. I think depression is a luxury.
I can't let that go. So if the teacher has got so much information to deliver to the class, they'll be so successful that they wouldn't even be teaching that class. Listen, people are driven. Listen, this is a trope, which is just pure bullshit. I gotta call it out. People are driven by different things in different stages of their life. So somebody's life goal may be to try and do something, say in IT, and make £1 billion, right? And somebody has exactly the same drive and they want to be a doctor and to make a couple of £100,000. And somebody else is driven to, I don't know, be the best retail shop worker as possible, whatever, or an accountant, so they make less. It's the same effort, and it's people's dreams and drives and interests take them in different directions, and it just differs. And so the monetary value at the end of it is not the only kind of marker. Boink, boink. There you go, 10 seconds. He did talk about drive and basically dependency on self. You can't wait for somebody else to do something for you, and he feels that nobody's done anything for him. You know what I mean? He had to just kind of wake up and every day could be that driving force and believe in self and then believe in purpose and just keep on pushing the doors and learning and adding to your armory and upskilling, for want of, not putting words in his mouth, but as I understand it, until he actually got there. He's got to the point where he doesn't really need to earn any more money. You know what I mean? So the money mindset now is like, still earning money, but now kind of bringing other people along as well and that type of thing, which is good. And he did also mention in this video about there's no harm in having fun as you go. And I think if you're doing something that you're genuinely passionate about, that you can genuinely enjoy, as the cliche goes, no day's a work day. Let's go.
Find something to fall in love with, something to be passionate about, right? And then because you enjoy it so much, you'll be able to do it so much that you become so good that everybody's gonna love and appreciate you. I think depression is a luxury. Because where I'm from, you can't afford to be depressed. You gotta pay the bill, right? So you gotta go to work. You gotta get up, you gotta go do what you gotta do. They got people right now that's at work don't feel like being there. But they got responsibilities, so they feel uncomfortable while they're working, while they're doing what they gotta do. As I grow older, the one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is...
I'm sorry to jump on that as well, 50, but there's lots of people that get you along the way. Like you mentioned, a lot of people maybe will be that teacher that you mentioned for people who go the academic route, and they're that person that kind of enthused you and got you interested in the subject, and then you're at the top of that thing yourself and earning a mint. Or it may be your parents who kind of work those 2 or 3 jobs in order that you can have the food and the roof over your head. And there's other people that enabled them. You know what I mean? The kind of you don't even think about. And there's other people that influence your life again, and there's a people behind them that gave them opportunities that you don't even think about necessarily. Which basically says you've got to have a kind of a community mindset on this kind of thing, I believe. But anyway, I see where he's coming from a little bit. Let's go.
After sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. You must accept that it's all on you. That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world, but I would argue that it's actually liberating. You can only feel betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself. Either I'm going to get rich or I'm going to die in the process. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then if I die in the process, I was doing what I wanted to do. Get rich or die trying.
I don't try to patch relationships, right? You know what I'm saying? Because when they fall apart and you have no idea, like, what was the motivation, it says that you don't have to be involved for it to fall apart again.
I think the things you go through make you who you are. So I don't regret those things. I don't regret them because I don't think I'd be who I am today if I wasn't exposed to those situations. If you ask me, would I, those are unfortunate situations that I've had to experience. And if I had a choice, I would have definitely went in a different direction. I might have wanted to go to school for business instead of having to go through this portion of my life. No matter what group of people, whether it's your actual blood relatives or people that you've developed relationships over time that created value. There's points where some of them develop a sense of entitlement.
I totally agree about that kind of self-drive and just not making excuses, not expecting anybody to get you there, get yourself there. But he did mention about if he had gone to business school. I don't think anybody doubts it. If 50 Cent's going to be a success at anything he puts his mind to, I don't think many people would doubt that. And he's proof perfect in terms of his own life. If he went to business school, You'd smash it in whatever field you'd be in right now. You'd smash it 100%.
And it can't be, man. They get blinded by what you've done and say, they consistently say, look what you have, versus acknowledging what you've already done.
Yeah, I come from hustling. Like, that's what it was about. There was no financial motivation connected to it. It wasn't involved. Now the things that they're doing is a little different. I think the only thing that separates people is passion. And having the ability to focus on something, to work on it, will allow you to work hard enough to be good enough at it. That's the Kobe Bryant, bro. He outworked those people. A lot of people in the league perform according to their paycheck. They ain't getting that money, let them do it. And that's what separates him and makes him special to us in a different way, even after he's gone.
Never happens on your time, like when you think you're ready. It's supposed to happen. It always happens when it's supposed to happen. Because the period that you feel ready and people are not acknowledging the material the way you feel like they should because it's good, is the time that you actually develop skin thick enough to survive when it does work.
If you spend your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the kind of information can he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation?
I wanted to bring everybody with me. So not
Before he talks about bringing people along with him, I like that kind of concept of, you know, the knocks that you get, and when you want to get to that destination and something's taking you left, and maybe even sometimes you've got to start again. That gives you that thick skin to just get through that first time. Everything else just gives you that learning. You upskill again, and you kind of add to your knowledge database, and next thing I'll prepare for that one thing a little bit more, and I'll prepare that thing a little bit more. You know what I mean? Then you've expanded your network of people that can help you reach destination because you've got a similar goal. Or maybe it's just timing and things like that. But yeah, I like the way that he put that. Let's go.
someone new, be a better version of what I already was. But like, you want to do the same things. They want to shoot dice. They'll have the same argument. They want to do the same thing that we did that. You know what I mean? It's just circumstances. It puts you back under the same circumstances when you already moved to a different level.
I don't mind losing. I just like to lose at my expense. Let it be my fault. If I'm losing based on someone else's decision to do it, I'm furious about it. I was afraid and I was uncomfortable with being afraid. It's either when you get hurt that bad, either your fear consumes you or you'll become a bit insensitive and you'll start to approach the problem instead of run from it.
I try not to surround myself with people that I have to be defensive around. You know, and that is a defense mechanism. Like, anger is a more comfortable feeling to deal with than having your feelings be hurt, or a person did something, you be disappointed in the decision to do certain things. Like, you know, like some of these guys, they're gonna roll with anybody that will embrace them. Anybody that'll just be in every circle, period. I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with that. Like, imagine if you say, yo, my man is over here, Sean man over here at the Western, I'm gonna go pull up on him. And you go over there and then you run right into somebody who got a problem with you. And you all off balance because you went prepared to see Charlemagne, not prepared to run into these people, and then you have problems. That's why I don't usually communicate or associate. If a person's on the gate, I kind of put them on the other side, so I don't leave myself vulnerable to that.
You know, I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. You know, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance. Because they don't understand the process of it and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself, to the point that you can become good enough.
Awesome video. It speaks for itself, really. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe. That is Steve, and I am out.